My screen is visible to you? No, it's not. Let me share it. No. Okay. Is it visible now? Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. So what is happening? Like whenever, like it is important to understand. Like whenever we are looking up for the whenever we are looking up for the instance. Okay, yes, in our previous video we have seen about the all the ITSM, like how exactly what all things we have basically inside the ITSM section. Okay, similarly for whenever we are looking up for the instance. Okay, so I believe like in our last class I have already explained you about the what we have and how what exactly the meaning of instance we have. Okay, similarly we I just want to tell you like how you guys can launch the your personal development instance. Okay, that is known as the PDI. Okay, so for that what you need to do, you need to just launch your developer. There is one site that which is provided by the Servicenow, and this particular personal development instance is totally free. So what you can do, you can just launch up you can just went through this particular website that is known as the developer.servicenow.com. Okay, so right now I have already been login. Okay, that's the reason it was trying to log in, do it by himself. Okay, let me do one thing, let me just log out. Okay, so what is been there, this is the one of the place where you can come up with your own this is the instance. Okay, so what you need to do here, you need to design here, you need to log in first. Okay, so that is pretty simple, like you just need to with the help of sign in button. Okay, you can do that thing. You just need to click it over here, so it will gonna ask you the email ID and the password. Okay, but right now you don't have the specific account with you, so what you can do, like I'm going with the get the new ServiceNow ID. Okay, so if you don't have that particular email ID and all those things, so what you need to do, you just need to create a part, like this is my name. Okay, so I'm looking up for the uh, demo. Okay, I'm creating like this, and whatever the you, if you have any kind of existing email ID, so you can use the existing email ID over here, and after that you have what you have to do, you have to give a password, something like that, which will follow this particular use case. Okay, so it should be fulfill this particular record. So what you can do, you can give any sort of password, something like the admin @12345 6. Okay, that is all on depend on you, like how you want to give and what we want to do to give. Okay, so once that has been done. Okay, so again I'm just looking up for that the same thing. Right, I made. Okay, okay, so the password has been set up, and what you need to do, you just need to, I am not a robot, I just need to check it up this one, and I need to click and I need to sign in up. Okay, so like I already have an account with me. Okay, what I need to do, I don't need, no need to go up and here I need to check it up, like what exactly and how exactly I can look up something like this. Okay, so what you need to do, once you have filled all this detail, you just need to do a sign in. Okay, once you have did the sign in, so your almost your work has been done, so you will get your own OTP on your email address. Okay, you need to launch it from there. Once that has been done, all good, all good. After that, you will get, you will be end up on the page where I was been there. Okay, okay, let me just click it on over here, because I already have created my account. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just open it for again for you. You're getting my point, how we are launching, how we are getting our own personal development instance. Hello.
Yeah, I can understand.
Yep. Okay, so see, if you suppose this is being just for the people who are who already want who they're totally new and they want to create their own PDI. Okay, that is for them. Okay, but in some case, like once we have created the account, okay, what I need to do, I need to log into my own existing one. Okay, so I have already created my account before itself. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just click it on my email address, and after that I just need to put my name, my password, sorry. Okay, so what I did, I have just put it my name, sorry, email address and the password. So once I have done that thing, so it will be launch, it will be land up me on where it will be land up me over on my page that is known as the ServiceNow instance page. Okay, and you can say this thing as a PDI as well. Okay, what you can say, this thing you can say as a PDI. Okay, so now through this what you have to do, you have to click it on this one and you will be land up on the instance page. So this instance page, like I am just telling you the journey, like how you will be land up on this particular page. Okay, that is the main thing over here. With the help of that, we can able to land up on this particular page. This is known as the PDI page. That is also known as the personal development instance page. Okay, clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now, so it is very important to understand what we have, like suppose what all things we have over here in my PDI. Okay, so suppose this is what, this is the this is the company where I used to work. Okay, so they have their own branding. Okay, this is my client basically. Like I work for the basically we have been designing everything for the Domino's. I think you have heard the name of Domino's over them. Okay, so what this is the branding, like which like every company is having a different branding. Okay, people will have the own whatever they have with them. Okay, suppose they have been working with MNCs, any kind of MNCs, like they have Accenture or like XYZ company, so they different have their own logo. So like I've been like so long I've been in this company, so I've been put it up like this. Okay, so now what I am doing, like this is known as the left navigator. If I'll click it on all, so I'll see all this module that has been you can able to see it over here. Okay, that is a one thing. Like what I can do, I can just pane it and I can see all the left navigator, because these are the place where you can see all your module which has been there in our ServiceNow instance. Okay, so what this has been known and this has been called as a left navigator. Okay, what this is called it, this is called as a left navigator. Okay, now do you understood what this is called as? See, if somebody is asking you, somebody is telling you like are you aware of the, because these are the basic functionality, these are the basic thing which we have, you have to know this. Okay, because if somebody has been saying you, can you please search in the left navigator, so you will be worried, what do you mean by the left navigator, is it mean this or like this? Okay, right? So if you have been aware of the name, like what we have been calling and how we have been calling, so we can do any kind of changes in that. If somebody is asking you, if somebody is saying us anything to be done. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Yeah. So right now we are in the left navigator. In the left navigator we have one thing that is known as the we have all the modules. Suppose if you are looking up for the incident. Okay, so what I can do, I can just click it on this particular incident. Okay, this is the what, this is the my everything about my incident. Okay, so you will able to see this is my incident that has been looking, we are able to see, check it up over here. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the model which we are explicitly working on which we are going to do the development activity as well. Okay, so this is the place where you can see all the models what is been there in my ServiceNow section. Okay, this thing first. Okay, after that I just unpinned this thing and let me just close it. After that we have one thing that is known as a favorite. What do you mean by the favorite in general?
A favorite in general, which is a very favorite to us, like but the most important or the most wanted
used
one.
used one. Okay, so what,
Yeah, yeah.
when we are applying a favorite, so a favorite is something, some place where we have been frequently using something, right? We are frequently coming and we are frequently working on that and specifically explicitly on that. Okay, right? So what we are applying that thing as a favorite. Okay, so right now I had applied this thing as a favorite, and I have applied incident as a favorite. So in incident, like I have this many module that has been come under this particular what incident form. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm making the favorite as a pin, and like if I have something important, like if I have the other thing, I want to make something as a favorite, so I can do that thing as well. Okay, how I can do that thing? Like if this is the one of the all. Okay, if I want to make app engine as a favorite, so what I will do, I'll just mark this one as a star. Okay, and it will be added to my which section? It will be added to my favorite section. Okay, if I want to do any kind of modification in the name, like app engine, like demo class favorite. Okay, app engine demo class favorite, we have marked like this. Okay, and we just click done. Okay, so what do you think, like it will be visible to me on my favorites?
Yeah,
It will be visible, right? So let me just see here.
because we started.
Yeah, we marked as oh, I just make the spelling mistakes in that. Okay, that's not an issue. So here I have what I did, I mark this one as a favorite. Okay, so if I want to remove, like this, I need to click yes, I want to remove this thing, I can remove this thing. Okay, so this is how we can add and we can remove the favorite from our list. Okay, it is all depend on us, how I want to proceed. Okay, now this has been done. Now we have one thing that is known as the history. What do you mean by the history? History is something,
Which shows what we done in the past.
right? Okay, so what do you mean by the history? History is general, like when we are applying, like whatever things we have went through. Suppose we have been went through yesterday I went through all these places. Like suppose I went for the request, I went for the system properties, I went for this place, wherever I have been went of, wherever I have been landed up yesterday, so it will just showing me all these properties. So that is what that is been everything captured in my history. Okay, okay, sometime what happened, we have been land up on any specific place and we have been not aware what where we exactly went off, right? So and sometime we forgot like on which page we are in, so it has been very helpful whenever we see the
History.
history, right? Okay, this is the one thing. Now I'm moving toward the next part, that is known as the workspace. So what is happening in the workspace? Workspace is a some of the place where we are explicitly looking up for the place where everything you can able to see. Like suppose there are different module. So different module will have their own workspace. They are maintaining the data. They are maintaining the dependency of it. Okay. So here, this particular workspace only being visible to the person who is having the admin role. Okay, it won't be visible to the person who is not having the admin role. Okay. See, like
Okay.
when I was like in the previous class, I have explained you we have majorly we have the three roles. Okay, one is the user end user role. The second one is we have the ITIL role, and the third one we have been looking up for the role that is known as the system admin role. Okay, so I have over there I have already mentioned, like over there we have three major role that has been there up and running. Okay, so
Okay.
in that what we are doing, suppose a person is having the end user role, so he won't able to see this thing. It will be, the view will be very different for that person because he is not having any kind of access, right? And if suppose a person is having the ITIL access, so he or she is not able to access this particular thing, the workspace section. Okay, okay, it is not, it is only visible to people who is having their major admin role. Okay, this is the one part. Okay, now like did you guys clear like what we have these three things in the hand, these four things?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now I am moving toward like the left hand side. Here, that is here. Do you able to see the search bar, right?
Yeah.
So this search bar is also known as a global search in ServiceNow section. Okay, so how exactly? Suppose if I'm looking up for anything, like see if previously I have searched for this particular record, so it has been showing me this particular record, right? So if I have this is because I'm showing this thing is because showing to me because it is showing me because of cache memory. Okay, right? So here this is the one of the record which I have been searched a long back, and like whatever thing you will search it out, like suppose if you're looking up for the any sort of number, if you're searching out on the basis of name, so that is also visible. You will be visible to you on that particular screen, like this thing will be visible to you over there. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So this is just what this is known as the global search. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Now here, if suppose now, I believe this has been pretty clear to you, right? Now over here.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm moving to the next section that is known as the one thing that is here. You can check it out. We have two things over here. One is known as the application scope, and one is known as the one thing that is known as the application scope, and one thing that is known as the update set. Okay, so I just want to tell you one thing over here. Okay, let me just open the paint. Okay, so uh, suppose let me take the example. Here is the one of the thing. Okay, this is the client environment. Let's consider this is the place where I have the client environment. Okay, so what I can put this thing as one instance, I can put this thing as second instance, and I can put this thing as a third instance. Okay, so generally what happened, the client will always have three instance or three maximum, minimum three or maximum they have as much as they want. Okay, so what they have, this is known as a dev instance. Okay, suppose, and if they have this instance is known as the testing instance. Okay, or you can say UAT. Okay, they have the test instance, or might be we can consider that thing as a UAT instance. Okay, now in this we can consider this one as a prod. Okay, so let me make you understand what is this exactly. Okay, so generally the client, like whenever the people have been working, so generally in companies they have the three environment, or else we can say dev environment, test environment, UAT environment, and the production. UAT is also, we can consider that one as also one of the separate environment. Okay, with us. So we, if suppose you have a dev environment, okay, if you are developing anything in this particular dev environment, so how do you push your things in this particular environment? See, if you're doing any kind of development activity in this particular environment, so you need to push it to the this environment only, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or else you, otherwise you will start doing your again a development activity in test. No, right? So what we'll do,
No.
whatever the development activity we have did here, so the developer will push everything from dev environment to the test environment, and what he will do,
Yeah.
he will do the testing. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything has been working for me, like end user, for end user, the people who are client, and it will be visible to them properly or not, right? It will be,
Yeah.
that person is seeing, checking everything, each and in and out, right? Now
Mm.
after seeing all those things, like it is moving to the production, this is moving to the final instance. Okay, suppose this is the one of the instance that we can say dev instance, this is known as the test, and this is known as the UAT. Or else we can say UAT and the test are the they have the different name, like some people say test or some people say UAT. Okay, so what you're doing, you're moving your data from dev to test, and from test to production.
Production.
Okay, so how you are doing this thing, this process, with the help of that, like with the help of update set.
Okay.
Okay, with the help of update set, we are pushing our data from dev environment to test, and test environment to production. You get my point?
Yes,
See,
sir.
it is very difficult. Like if you are doing any kind of development activity here, and again you will do development activity here, again you are doing the development. So what is the point? Why we are doing? See, whatever the development, that is the reason. Like they have put the name as a dev environment and test as a testing environment, and the production is the final where we are not doing, and we are not supposed to do any kind of development activity in this place. Okay,
Yeah,
because this is the one of the place where we are just putting our thing from test to production,
yeah,
right? So now here we are being like, I believe we are pretty good over here, right?
oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so here I've just considered one thing. I've just told you one thing. Like we have one thing that is known as a update set. So
Update
like
set.
when we'll see our upcoming classes, we'll see the demo, how exactly we are writing, how we are creating an update set, and if I want to push it to the dev environment to the or else other environment, so we can do that thing as well. We can achieve that thing as well. Okay,
Mm.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I believe we are pretty good from this side. Now what I'm going to move, I told you we have one more thing in that we have, that is known as the application scope. Now we'll understand this thing now. What do you mean by the application scope? Now here what we can consider something like, if you're designing anything in this, like if you're designing circle, rectangle, circle, rectangle, and
Triangle.
the triangle and square. So you're designing anything in this particular environment, in this particular block, right? Right? And
Yeah.
if you're designing anything in this particular thing, like zero, circle, I'm so sorry, triangle, rectangle. So you are designing everything in this particular circle only, right? So let's consider this thing, like we have majorly a scope means what? Like we can say one scope that is known as a global means what? Whatever you thing, whatever you are going to develop, it will be visible to everyone. Okay, in every that particular visibility will be, or the people can be able to do any kind of modification in anything anyways. Okay, if they are working in the global. Okay, or let's consider we are working with the scope that is known as the x, y, z. Okay, if you are working in this particular scope, so what you need to do, if you want to do any kind of modification in this particular circle, so what you need to do, first you have to enter into this particular scope. After that only you can do any kind of modification. Suppose now, right now you are in the global scope and you are expecting, like with the help of in the global scope, do I am want to change the this particular modification on this thing. Okay, I want to put it like this. Okay, is it possible for me from global scope? No, it is not possible. Okay, it is not possible because this is in the totally in the different scope. Okay, if we are in the totally different scope, so it is not possible to directly do any kind of modification from the global scope. You getting my point? So whenever we are looking up, when we want to do any kind of modification in this place, so we have to come in this particular global, we have to come first in this particular scoped application, and after that we can only able to do any kind of changes in that. Otherwise it won't feasible for us to do any kind of modification also. Okay, so now right now I am in this particular XYZ scope, and I want to do a sort of modification in this, like I want to make one more shape, or like I want to make one more rectangle, oh, triangle. Okay, I want to make one more rectangle, like, so whatever thing I want to do it, like, but right now I am in which scope? I am in the scoped application. I don't have thing that I can make a modification in the global scope. If you are in this scope, so you cannot do any kind of modification in this. If you are in the global scope, you cannot do any kind of modification in the scoped application. So it is always depend, like if something in this particular application, so you have to come in this particular scope, after that only you can do the modification, else it won't work, or else it won't consider. Okay, clear? Getting my
I
point? Or you
yeah. I
still
mean,
have any
like
doubt?
only we can create, but no, we can't modify it.
No, 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 no. See, if we are in this particular global scope, okay, so you can
Yeah.
do all the activity, you can delete, insert, whatever you want to do it, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if suppose I am in global scope, and this is the one of the application, this has been built under this. So right now I am in which scope? I am in the global scope. It will not consider me, it will won't allow me to do any kind of modification, delete or something like that, because it is built inside where?
Global.
No, it is built inside the custom scope, na.
Acha. Okay.
See, right now we are in the global scope. So global scope thing we can able to access. We can do a modification. We can do anything in that. But if we
Okay.
through global scope, if we want to try to do any kind of modification in the custom scope, so it won't allow me,
Okay.
right? You're getting my point? If suppose
Yeah.
similarly you are in the this particular custom scope, and you are expecting you come up here and you are doing a kind of modification, so it is it allow?
No.
It won't allow you, okay. It won't allow you to do any kind of modification in this place.
Okay.
Okay, clear this thing?
Yeah.
So that is known as the scoped application and the update set from this. Okay, this is known as the scoped application. Right now we are in global. If you want to do any kind of changes in this, we have lot tons of we have the scope place. Okay, we can do that thing. Okay, now here I told you about the update side as well. Okay, now this is the small thing that is known as a discussion. Okay, right now this discussion has been not open, because this discussion will be open like when you have been considering, and we have been we have a people and we have a different records, and if whatever you can do a internal sort of discussion. Okay, this required a specific plugin through which we can enable this thing. Okay, and through that we can do a sort of discussion with the internal team itself, not with the client basically. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Similarly, we have this question mark is something, if you want any kind of product documentation. Okay, if you want to see any kind of product documentation, so you can directly click it over here. So it will be landing you on the specific page where the ServiceNow is the ServiceNow is having their own page. Like ServiceNow is have their own product documentation. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
ServiceNow is having their own documentation, like it will just open in a minute. So every document, like whatever the people will you've been working, okay, so you will able to see like the product will have their own documentation, and it will show give you all the detail how things have been working for you. Okay, so that is known as the, it will just a quick help. Okay, from the internet, it is just a browser link. Okay, you can directly click it over here, so it will be land up on you on the help browsing product documentation. Okay,
Okay, sir.
now this has been done. Like now I'm coming to that section that is known as a show notification. Okay, so what is happened in this particular show notification, this has been considered majorly if you have any kind of notification. Like suppose you are getting a notification on the basis of, yeah, the something is assigned to you. Something assigned to you means like if suppose any ticket is assigned to you, so you will get notified, okay, you are getting a notification over here. Okay, so let me consider this thing as you have an email notification, you have a your work notification. If something is assigned to you, so this is all thing you can able to check it out, you can able to see everything over here. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is the place where I just want to give you a quick overview, quick glimpse of it, so it will make you easy, right? So you understand like what we have seen till now, over till here.
Yeah, yeah, I understood.
Okay, so now I'm moving toward the next section, that is known as a profile menu. Okay, this is basically a known as a profile menu. Okay, so in this particular profile menu, what we have, we can consider this thing as a profile. Okay, the person, whatever the person is having, the right now I've been logging up as a system admin. Okay, so what we can consider, I'm logged in as a system admin person because I have all the admin privileges, right? Correct.
Yeah,
So if I want to log into any specific other person privilege, so I need to do that thing. I need to log in with the other credential, which is having the limited access. Okay, so it is all depend on like way how we want to check and how we want to log in. Okay, so one more thing over here. Suppose I want to impersonate like any person profile. Okay, so that is known as the impersonating user. Okay, what it is considered, we can consider that thing as a impersonating the user. Impersonating user is simple, like what we are doing over here, we are doing a simple activity, we are doing impersonating a person user's thing. Suppose I want to impersonate to uh, one of the fellow mates, like how the thing has been visible to that person. So I can click it off from here. Okay, from here what I can do, I can just click it on this particular Albert tutor is one of the person. Okay, I'm just clicking on here and I'm just impersonating that particular user. So what will gonna happen, I will be land up on the particular person profile, because if you are an admin, so you can do that thing, you have that particular privilege. So right now I have land up on the page where the where I can be see the Albert tutor profile, see, as a Albert tutor, right? I have logging up as a where, on what way I've been seeing on which profile I'm looking able to see what is having the Albert tutor is having in this profile. So I told you one thing, like Albert tutor is a person who is not having the admin role, so he is able to see the workspace.
no.
No. So because I told you initially, like Albert tutor is a person who is not having the admin role, so he won't able to see any kind of thing over here, right? Any kind of
Yeah,
workspace thing like admin privilege thing over here, right? But the other thing will be local, everything will be same, look and feel will be same, right?
yeah.
So if I want to end up this particular thing, how I can do, I just again go back over here and I can do the end impersonation. Okay, so we have just end the impersonate and we have been come up back to my which profile, my system admin profile, like which is my profile. Okay, so let me just do a quick refresh
Yeah.
and I'll see like we are in the land upon which profile, we have been land upon our own profile, that is our system admin profile. And we'll see other thing in our upcoming classes, like how we have and how we can launch up anything, like how we can see the form level changes, how you can design, how you can work on the uh, small activity, like if somebody is considering you, somebody is saying you like it will get be automatically assigned to this particular person. So we can see multiple scenarios and it will be very smooth and it will be very easy. Okay, so it is not something you require a lot of coding knowledge or something, it has been required, it will be very smooth. Okay, no worries in that, like you will able to grasp up and you will able to do this activity in very smooth format. Okay, generally what happened, like
Okay.
we you required a lot of coding things, that is all not required majorly over here in this, but we'll use the javascripting wherever we need. Okay, else we won't use
Mhm.
and it will be very smooth transaction only.
Okay.
Okay, any
So
doubts?
we need to learn JavaScript as well.
JavaScript is a small concept. It is not needed a very deep down into it. Okay, it will be very smooth. It will be very like not like if else loop. You that has been very easy only. Not so much in that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay then we'll see you in our upcoming classes. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.